What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. We finally got some statues in the house. I'm sick, I'm lightheaded, my voice is gone, but I am not the person to delay in opening a statue. Whenever I see people who don't open a statue for weeks to months, I'm like, I couldn't do that. Even in my horrible condition, I have COVID, I felt like 10 out of 10 horrible. I'm still opening these statues. And we're going to open up Lurtz first, then I'm doing Leon. So, the sponsor for today's video is the coldest water bottle. If you want the coldest water out there, this is the one to get. I'll leave a link in the description below. Stays cold for over 48 hours. Use code Flankster to get 10% off. So, let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. So, this looks like all the different arms and parts. Decent weight to that. And then you got Lurtz in the base. There it is. Let's go ahead and set this bad boy up though and see what we think. So I'm quite excited for this. I will do a comparison to my Sideshow Lurtz, which I am also selling in this video. We're going to sell it real cheap, $400 shipped in the US, which is substantially cheaper than this. Because this is a $1,000+ statue. So here is the base. And I got number 28 of 250. So there it is. It did come with instructions. So this is the EX version, which includes a couple of switch outs. Now my Sideshow Lurtz is the regular, so I don't have the switch out bow and arrow. Whenever I get multiple statues, I always wait to open the last one, like my favorite one, last. Because if you open your best statue first, the rest of the statues won't be as cool. Alrighty, so here is Lurtz's body. That fit nice and snug. So, one knee back, standing on some like cement. So, I want to check out this one first. So, check out that sword, that's sick looking. Ooh, very strong magnet. And then here is this arm for the shield. It's like that. So he's blocking, ready to attack. There is a few additional items here. And after that, it's really just the portrait, and then you have the switch out. Check out this portrait. So check that out. We'll do some good close-ups here momentarily. But here it is, Lurtz. So I believe this is the deluxe version, is the sword and shield, which is how I've always had my Sideshow one, which let me go get it actually. Hold on. Alrighty, so here is a quick side-by-side of them. So some things to notice, some, differences. So this one has more of a brown color versus this is more dark brown and silver. Like this is obviously mixed media where that's fully sculpted. Now, check out the difference between, like, this is the Sideshow sword versus this one. Look at the massive size difference. And what's crazy is pretty much everything is bigger on Prime 1. Like the arms are thicker, the boots are thicker, but the head's bigger on this one versus this one. I don't know what's more accurate or not, but there's definitely a size difference between like the two foreheads. Now, yeah, that is definitely a big difference, is the portrait between the two. I don't believe this head comes off. I don't remember. Check out that portrait. And then the Prime 1. I mean, there is some, this one has like this sort of like red paint right there. This one doesn't. It's just the white hand. And then the standard orc color. Skin textures seem roughly the same. Sideshow obviously is the mixed media. I mean, I like the general color of the armor better on Prime 1, and I think it does look better. The portraits, freaking bug. I think Prime 1's just a notch above Sideshow. Same with the hair, it's a little bit more detailed. Now, the reason I like Prime 1 more is A, the base, B, the pose. I'm a fan of a more action pose versus just walking. But, yeah, it's kind of crazy to see them side by side. I'm curious if the rest of the line is this same scale, because usually Prime 1/4 scale statues are quite oversized. Like all my video game ones, they're huge. Where this Lurtz, it's just like a standard Sideshow 1/4. I mean, heck, it looks even smaller than the Sideshow Lurtz. So I'm curious if Edagon, Legolas are going to be similar, where they feel like a normal Sideshow 1/4 size, or slightly underscaled or slightly overscaled, because Sauron's massive. This Lurtz does feel 1/4, but it doesn't feel the same 1/4 as my other Prime 1s, and I do think the head is a little small. Looking at it compared to the body, I think it should be bigger. His body looks huge, but then the head's kind of small. So for that alone, Sideshow has the point on that, because the Sideshow head fits the body more appropriately. Where this one, it does look smaller. So I think they need to make the head a little bit bigger. Let's check out this switch out now, though, of the bow and arrow. So hold on just 1 second. So this is quite strong magnet. Goodness. I'm just going to remove this as well, just because it's... yeah, very strong magnet. And this, it's hard to... I don't know if that's metal or not. It looks really good. Dude, these magnets are stupid strong. Holy crap. That's a very strong magnet. So the hand is like this bow string is already attached. And here is the arrow, and this is a thick arrow. Goodness, that's a beastly arrow. There is a hole right here in his hand. Now you gotta turn this. I think it's probably safer to remove this when you do the switch outs. You just don't want to break it accidentally. So yeah, there is the bow and arrow, which I feel like with the bow and arrow, it does make it seem like his head is not as small, where with those ones, I don't know, it felt kind of small, but now it's looking a little bit more natural, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so that definitely looks really good. That bow and arrow looks awesome. So this is a real string, and then that's actually sculpted string. The bow is quite a big bow, or the arrow, similar to these arrows, as you can see, where these ones, they're also actually quite thick. So let's just go ahead and check this out. So I love what Prime 1's done with these underbases. You know, very similar to Badardur, the gates to enter more, you know, goodness, I can't think, this sickness is killing me. But yeah, these underbases are sick. I love them. Really, really awesome job. And then this just looks like an orc helmet. And you got some tree and vines and rocks. And another giant tree. So, I mean, it's definitely reminiscent of the scene when he was shooting Boromir. And I know they're coming out with a Boromir statue where he does have some arrows in him. So obviously Lurtz would pair extremely good against that Boromir, like, you know, that actual scene. So I don't know if I'll get Boromir due to space reasons. Granted, I love Sean Bean. He's an amazing actor. I loved Boromir. Loved him in Game of Thrones, but his character always dies too early. Gosh dang it. But I love the actor and the character. So I definitely love to get Boromir. Just not sure I can fit it in my allotted space. For now, I am going to be displaying the bow and arrow. I do like the sword quite a bit. But I don't know. Like I said, it kind of made his head seem small. And I wonder if it's the size of these biceps. Those are beastly biceps. I mean, Jupiter. The size difference. And yeah, these biceps don't seem quite as big. And they're big, no doubt. Overall, I'd probably rate this an 8 out of 10, though. I just think the head should be bigger, and the overall statue should be bigger. You know, Lurtz is a big character, and in Prime 1 always overscales their 1/4, so I'm surprised this is so small. So I'm hoping that the rest of the Lord of the Rings line scales together, and you know, you don't have one character looking smaller than the others. But overall, I do like it more than Sideshows. Is it worth double, triple the cost? Probably not. But I am going all in Prime 1, so there's no backing down now. So this guy is for sale, 400 shipped. We can have him shipped by tomorrow. And let's see how he looks now next to the bust. Alrighty, so here is Lurtz next to my Lurtz bust. And next to Sauron and my other Sideshow Lord of the Rings. So, based off this scaling, it seems like Sideshow will scale with the Prime 1 statues. So, if Prime 1 never makes a Saruman or a Gandalf, which I think they'd be foolish not to, my Sideshow should fit in perfectly fine. The one thing that I do give Prime 1 props for, really, their concepts are just so amazing. I love the designs of their Prime 1 statues. You know, the detail, of course, is phenomenal. The sculpts are amazing. But the concept is what really just kills it for me, that I just love it so much. So definitely pairs really good with my bust. I would say it pairs better than the Sideshow one just because of the armor matches a little bit better. And, you know, obviously this base matching him works really well. But yeah, like I said, I'd rate this an 8 out of 10 for a Prime 1/4 scale statue. It's definitely not my favorite 1/4. It's a good 1/4, but it's 8 out of 10 statue for me. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.